Three women, three paths, one mission. To prove that your story is not your limitation, to guide you towards your muchness, to explore the unfiltered truths, and to challenge every bit of belief that built your mask. This is Go Be Too Much, the unapologetic space for the bold, the healing, and the unfinished, where we decide what's too much was always meant for more. So let's chat. Maybe we'll fuck around and find out just how unmissable we all are.
Welcome.
I'm MJ. This is Mandy and Cassie. And we are recording for the month of March, but we are just hitting the month of February and we don't have topics. So that's where we're at.
That's not true. That is not true. That is inaccurate. We have many topics, okay? It's just we have assigned feelings to the things that float around in our head or the things that are like at our forefront right now. And we have, for whatever reason, decided that is not what we want to share in this moment, or that is not organized enough, or that is not whatever. Because there are plenty of things. Yeah, organized chaos. There are
so many topics that we talked about all of our squirrels being in the yard. Now we gotta let's get some order in here. But we want to talk about the happy things.
Yeah, sure.
All the joy that's happening.
Happy joy. Well, I finished out my round of presentations with I do a grade level per week. You know, I'm joking with all of them about, but I don't remember what it was, but long story long, many of them picked up on the fact that I was like, I've got 18 concerts to pay for. Like, I love y'all. I do. And that's why I show up to work every day. But also there are 18 different concerts I'm trying to go to. And they thought I was playing until like tickets started dropping and things started happening. And they're like, oh, you weren't joking? I was like, no, I'm not joking. I'm not playing. Like, I will give my money to concerts every single day of the week. If I can, I will. And at this point, it's fuck it, book it. I don't know. Heidi and I have a system. It is secure the tickets and then we'll figure out where the fuck we're going, how we're getting there, where we're staying. Because what I accidentally bought tickets to Gillette Stadium, and my brain's like, oh, Mary, Gillette, that's Wyoming. It's not Wyoming. I knew it wasn't Wyoming, but I was like, that's what my brain did initially. And I was like, I don't know. Fuck it. I'll figure it out. And then, because what I've learned in this season of my life is I'm not the friend that you should send a link to if you're not serious. Don't send me a concert. Don't send me a trip. Don't send me like a cheap flight, because if you're not serious, you should not send it to me, because I'll fuck around and buy it. If I can.
This is why you broke my heart when it comes to Akon and Neo.
I know, but listen, they were late. I'm already committed to that weekend to KCON, but girl bossed a little too hard, and people just, I was in there for research purposes, for context. I'm not Army. I'm an Army ally. So Army is BTS's fandom. I'm an Army ally. I support it. I love them. For bringing K-pop global to the global stage. I haven't deep dove because there's so much that I'm overwhelmed. So I'm Army ally. I was in there strictly for research purposes on how to win at Ticketmaster, because Ticketmaster is a hoe. And it just, the stress tolerance is just not, I don't have it in those situations. So I'm working on it. And so I got in there and we decided we weren't going to do it. It's like, no, this isn't where we're going to go.
I'm not going to do it, girl. I'm not going to do it.
I was just kidding. They had 3 shows in Vegas and 3 in LA. And I was like, well, if we go to Vegas, I could stay with Mary and I could drive there. Like, I don't have to do a flight and I don't have to get a hotel. I don't have to fight for that. And so we didn't do it. And then they had to add an extra show to Vegas because they sold out in pre-sale. And I was like, I got the notification. I was like, I'm just going to get in it. I'm just going to see what it's talking about in there. And I fucking did it. And now we have tickets to the Vegas show. And I was like, oh shit, am I Army? Is it happening? Am I a BTS fan now? And then she found better tickets in Gillette Stadium, which is not in Wyoming, by the way. I knew that, but I learned that it's not in Wyoming. She had better tickets. And I was like, oh, those are really good. Like, if we're going to do it, we should go to that. And she didn't respond fast enough. And so I bought them. And then she was like, oh, we can't go. That's the week of whatever. And I'm like, well, I have them now. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way to do it. I'm figure it out. I don't know. We're in school. I got a job. I don't know.
You're going to Massachusetts?
I'm going to fucking Massachusetts. I am. Yeah. I was like, Mary, I was like, I've never been.
Looked it up. I was like, where's this at?
When
I was
is
like,
this?
I've never been to Massachusetts. August.
It's in August.
It's gonna be great.
Hilarious, because I'm going to Massachusetts in July
Of
to
course.
see Megan Trainor and go to Salem with Candace.
Of course. Of course. Well, Heidi
I
and
love
I
it.
will be in fucking Foxborough, whatever.
Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Yep. And because, you know, Army was
Damn.
prepared. Army knew what they were doing. They've already booked every single hotel. Every single hotel is booked in that area for that. So, you know, that's okay. That's all right. I don't care. I am choosing to live in the joy of this moment and just know that I'm going to get to witness a once in a lifetime opportunity that's not doom and gloom. That's not unprecedented times. I'm actually going to be on this side of once in a lifetime activities and get to see like this moment. I get to experience it with the fandom and I'm pumped. I'm here to respect the chance. I'm here to respect the processes and I'm here to respect all of the things. I'm a visitor on unfamiliar territory, but now I'm doing it twice. So I'll practice in Vegas and then I will be an expert by the time I go to Massachusetts. I don't know.
I feel
That
like
is so
it's the
hilarious.
season of travel, like every month.
That was what I was responsible for with my wishes. My 13 wishes, and it says all in. It says I make travel a priority, big or small, every single month.
Well, somehow that landed on my board too, then, because I'm
welcome.
literally traveling like every month from now, at least until July.
You're welcome.
I'm already
yes.
booked all the way out till December, so I'm
All
already
right.
in 2027 already. So
Like,
we already got
and
the honeymoon plan for 2027.
yes. And for those listening, I'm not loaded. I'm not rich. I'm financially irresponsible at worst. At best, I am committed to the plot. I am committed to the plot and I will make it work. Things always work out.
How are you going
And
to do it? I don't know. I'll
I don't
figure it
know.
out.
All in. I'm going to figure it out because we always do. We always
Things
do.
are always working out for us.
Well, and that's the thing too, is it always is. You never know. And then when it happens, you're like, okay,
all
yeah,
came
I didn't see
together,
that coming.
Where there is a will, there is a way, and we
There are no coincidences.
find it. And you can too. You just have to believe it. You just have to take the risk. You have to do a little bit of uncomfortableness at first to really
Like-
believe this concept. But then once you believe it, trust me, you don't stop it.
I mean, I still have my days of doubt. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? What am I doing? I can't do this. And I was telling my therapist about the first impulsive BTS purchase. And she's like, well, that doesn't sound impulsive. It sounds like you weighed your options and you thought about it and you researched it. And I was like, I did. I had to process down. Like, I was just in here for research. I was just doing things. And she's like, and an opportunity presented itself and you took it. You
took it.
seized the opportunity. I was like, I did. I did take the opportunity to be happy the same way I am traveling to Seattle this month for one night for one concert. So I could
better
do a
be
meet
getting
and greet.
freaking videos.
Oh my
ma'am.
God. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I love Seattle and I'm so excited because that sounds weird. I'm not weird, I promise. But I'm like meet and greet, like we get to hug him and like smell him and be in his presence. I was like, that's what the world needs. We all need more hugs. Okay. We all need more hugs.
Geeking
And
out.
yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Concert season has started.
Yay. Oh man, there's so many concerts coming to Salt Lake right now. Like I looked at Rick and I said, I don't know that we can go to these because of course they all land around my wedding, right? And I was like, how am I supposed to do all of this when they're all like right there? Am I just supposed to like go ham for 3 weeks and just
Yes.
be like, I'm not
Nothing is
I'm
real,
only living if I
including
But
your
then I'm like, man,
exhaustion.
yeah, I
That's
love
all in our head.
I love concerts, but I won't lie. I get so overstimulated and exhausted from them that I'm like, I don't know that I could go to multiple ones, but I've also realized in my music taste, because, you know, I like a little heavier fuck around and find out music. And I've learned that I love sitting at tables and enjoying my beer
Yes.
and enjoying the
Yes.
show and having a seat.
Having
because
a
last
seat.
time, because last time I
Yes.
didn't, I almost punched a bitch in her face. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm not a violent person. But this girl came at me and I was as cool as a cucumber. And the story still makes me laugh about how like I just like had honey dripping from my mouth. And finally, my favorite part was she's like, well, I got a concussion like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, cool, you want to make it another? We going? And she
Mhm.
just was like, "Oh my God, sister," like, blah, blah. I was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of my way, woman. I'm trying to enjoy this concert." So I've learned that I really love seats because then I can see,
Yes.
I can
Yes.
do things, I can enjoy it and love it in video and not have somebody's fucking head in my way. And anyways,
Welcome to the second half of your life.
but I was like, man, all those concerts also makes me like super tired. Like I just think about it and I'm like, because they are like, I feel like music just pulls all of the feelings and the energy out of you, right? And you give it everything. And then when you leave, you're like, I'm so tired and I didn't do anything. I literally sat there and watched you. So why am I drained? why? Why
Because
did they
you
take it
allowed
all out of
yourself
me?
to feel. Like, you touched on
Right.
it. You allowed yourself to feel, and when we spend, 90% of our days suppressing all of the feelings, and then you go, like, straight to the source where it's safe to feel the feelings, whether it's Raging Against the Machine with your heavier music, or it's, like, crying
You
your
know that's a
eyeballs
band
out.
name, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Intentional. It was intentional. Crying your eyes out because you're feeling sadness or joy, or just like you're just so fucking happy, and you're in that happy moment, and you're used to like being drained of this. Music is religion for a lot of us. I think it is a spiritual experience. It is a connector. Like, it's no wonder like that concerts and music and things that do this to us. But I'm fucking with you. I had this conversation with my two older than me friends, and we're like, can we start concerts at like 2 p.m.? Can we be out of there by fucking 7 so I can
Oh my God,
be
that'd be so
showered
nice.
and in bed at my bedtime? Like, fuck, why are we doing this 8 p.m. start? Don't be at an R&B hip hop concert, because those motherfuckers are never going to be on time. They're going to have 18 opening acts, and you're not going to get to see them till 11 or midnight. Like, I'm pissed off. I'm done with you at this time, you goddamn diva. No, my K-pop, they always start like at 7. There's no opening act. They don't fuck around. It's like boom, 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 intermission, go pee, get your snacks. And they have a countdown. They tell you when they're coming back. Like, my brain fucking loves K-pop because I know what to expect. Because then they come back out. We've got new outfits. We've got new jazz, like new excitement. Boom, you're done. I love venues that have noise ordinances. So like all of the baseball stadiums that are hosting concerts, the surrounding neighborhoods, you have to be quiet after like 10 or 11, whatever it
Ours
is.
is 10 here
And
too.
I love it. Call me, whatever
Otherwise,
you
you
want to
get
call me.
fined for whatever
Yep.
it is. Yeah.
Yep. That makes me so happy.
I just went to the Eagles last night with my dad and my brother at the Sphere, and it started at 8:30, and we couldn't believe how late it was starting considering the
It's the
age group
Eagles.
of the band members.
The band members are like 70 years old and they're like,
So
let's
you can
fucking go, man.
imagine the
They got their second
majority
wind.
of those attending the concert as well. And it was hilarious because by the time it's like getting towards the end, which it ended at 10:30, again, couldn't believe that they played for that long. They tell us that they've done a pop-up inside the Venetian Hotel when you walk back across, and they're like, please, it's free to you. Go in, stop there, have fun. It's got these things from our songs, you'll see. And then and then the guy was like, we won't be there. We're going to bed. And I'm just like, well, yeah, like,
As you should, sir.
as
I
you
should
should,
also be
as
there
you
with my
should.
fucking bonnet and my face mask. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my God. My God.
So I
That's
agree.
hilarious.
Music is very healing for lots of many reasons. And I love just how unique it is for so many different genres and personalities and characteristics. And I think for me, like, it's the most eclectic thing that I am when it comes to my music, because I get down with your K-pop, I get down with your screaming angry music. I'm bebopping and hip hopping and
I was
oldies
singing
and
Cher at bowling last night. Like they were playing all of the 80s and like even dipping into the 70s. And I'm all like, all these young kids are probably like, what the
right,
fuck is this chick singing? Like, how does she know the words? And I'm like, these are like soul meaning songs right now. Like, you're not telling me you're not vibing, like bowling? Like, no? Okay.
right. And it
You
just
just you're not
oh
allowing yourself to feel the joy.
right. But that's so the vibration of that, right? And allowing yourself to heal in those moments and whatever comes up and let that move through you. And so
And I've
concerts are the way to go for sure.
Absolutely. And I've always said music is very telling. I work with the teenagers. I'm like, your music's going to snitch on you every time. Like, you can sit here and tell me you're fine. And I'm going to ask you to show me your FYP or show me your playlist that you're listening. Like, what was the last song that you're listening to? It's going to snitch on you every time. Like, my friend that I had reconnected with last night, like, I used to know him like the back of my hand, and we've not been connected for a while, and we share music. That has always been the thing that we've done. We share music, and I'm like, you need a fucking hug. Like, are you good? Are you okay? Because and he's like, this is just my nitty gritty like gym music. I'm like, then send me what you're listening to when you're not at the gym. He's like, well, I listen to that too. I was like, you need a fucking hug. Like, you need some joy. And so I'm like shoving K-pop his direction, like shoving the happy things. And I'm like, I get it. You don't have to be happy all the time. And I'm not happy all the time, but like, damn, you could I talk
Shit's depressing.
my kids, the music that they listen to. I was like, oh, you're okay today. Yeah, first of all, it's not an emotion. Okay is not an emotion. But secondly, like, we're okay. You don't want to say anything? You don't want to talk about anything? You don't want to tell me anything? Like, okay, all right, when you're ready. But like I said in the previous episode, like, I know if I am choosing to listen to Ice Cube in the morning, like, I'm gonna be somebody's problem that day. I might not have identified what the fucking source was or what problems I am trying to navigate, but the fact that I needed to hear Ice Cube at 6:30 in the morning, that's very telling for me.
Right. And I get it.
Right.
Like we've talked about, focusing on negative and negative happening. Like I'm with you all day. Like high school me, 3 Days Grace, Evan Blue,
Avril
Hinder,
Lavigne.
all like Avril Lavigne, Evanescence, like all the heavy shit,
Mhm.
right? And day in and day out. Like no wonder I felt heavy day in and day out, right?
Mhm.
And I still love that stuff, but I don't listen to it all the
But we don't
time.
live there. We don't
We
live
don't
there.
live in it, right? We change it up. We listen to different genres. We pull ourselves out of moods. We maybe
Mhm.
listen to a few songs that feel it, but then okay, now we're gonna
Yeah.
switch over to this genre
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
mix it up for that reason to help ourselves out of being
Mhm.
stuck, not to stay stuck. And that I do think is something that especially teenagers struggle with a lot, but adults who don't allow themselves to grow and become more self-aware,
Correct.
they also do it. So
Hmm.
listen to your music and what are you listening to all the time is today's conversation.
Well,
Right.
and I feel like
It
when we
has a
talked about
problem for you.
talking about communication, like music is a form of communication because
Yes.
I send it to you and I'm like, I love this song right now. And of course, you could go surface level and be like, that's a good song. But you could also be like, ooh, that was deep. Like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Or maybe I needed to hear it. Right. And I feel like that's the way it's always been is,
Back in the day.
yeah.
Back in the day when you made mixtapes, because we're old and we
Yeah,
make
when you would
mixtapes, you burn a
burn
CD.
CDs and you'd ask your friends,
Mhm.
what's all your favorite songs so I can go
Mhm.
illegally put
Oh
it
my
on my
god.
CD real quick.
When a guy I was dating made me a 7 series mixtape of all his favorite songs that he wanted me to get to know, I was like, shut the fuck up and marry me right now. I was like, you gave me 7 CDs of your favorite songs that made you think of anything relating to us in this moment. Like, yes, I'm like, bring back the mixtape. Bring back, like, I thought of you and I made this playlist for you. And this, like, oh my God.
Well, it is, and it's a way to communicate. Be like, I can't tell you that I feel like absolute garbage, but I could send
Yeah.
you this song,
But
and
I'm
you
gonna sing
listen
this
and go,
song.
ooh,
Cassie,
and you
you
could be like,
good? You good?
Daughter will not thank you for one day because I know mine. She's like, oh, it was just a song. And I was like, I know that's bullshit, right?
yeah.
And then she's
I
always
think about these songs that was like not to go super morbid or anything, but it was like slit my wrists and do all these things, and I'm just like, this is the best music ever. But like, I think back to that time, and I'm like, yep, okay, Cassie, that was a bad choice. And I see the TikToks where it's like your parents say they didn't know, and I'm like,
Mhm.
you didn't know, like, me listening to this music? Like, don't get me wrong, not all of my music was, like, super depressy, but I 100% had some very dark music, very dark, and I'm just like and I would blast it, like, it was my ringtone. Remember when you used to have
Oh
ringtones?
my God.
And you whatever song was, like, your, like, theme song of the life, like, that is what you would have, and so I'm just like
this is why we all loved MySpace because we could
yeah,
have
because on your
things
My
profile
God. Because it'd be like, fuck you, without actually saying fuck you. But it could be like
Yeah,
that
they'd be
song,
like, let me go to that person's profile, and then whatever banger was on
fuck
there,
you
like,
right back. Yes. Oh my God. You
Kids
don't mean
today,
shit now.
those two songs, the boy version and the girl snapback version of nobody knows
Fuck you,
breakup
you
music
hoe.
like
You
those
don't
two.
mean shit now. I don't even know. I can hear it in my head, but
I
that's
can
all I
hear
can
it too.
remember from it. That's all I
Oh
can
no, it
remember.
can't. I don't. Who was I?
You sent it to me recently.
I
Like,
don't know. I
and
know
by
because
recently,
it
I
came
mean
on.
like the
I'm
last
pretty
year.
sure. I'm pretty sure that I was driving around with Ken Adams and that song came on, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like,
One
this is
moment,
it.
please. Respect. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Well, in like talking about concerts or whatever, like, so I listen to an eclectic amount, but I do prefer to go to like hard rock, metal concerts or whatever. And Rick has a really hard time at hearing, but he's so cute because he will purposely buy me concert tickets because he knows that that is something that I love. And I go and do all of his crazy shit. So his version of doing I do his crazy shit. So he goes to concerts with me and he just puts earplugs in, but he's always buying us concert tickets because he knows that that's the one thing that I like. And I'm like, you're so cute. Like, I'm glad we can just do these
Yes.
things, except for when it's freaking cold outside. And I think of last year, God, it had to have been almost 0 degrees while we were waiting outside to get in because it was a general admission ticket. And I was like, this is the worst time of my life. Like, I'm freezing my tits off right now. I am not okay.
I was like, speaking of, I'm pretty sure that I've seen 3 Days Grace and Secondhand Serenade being like on tour this spring. And I think I
Mhm.
thought to invite you to both of them. And it's like, no, we can't do that because of your wedding.
I know they are. I'm pretty sure you sent it to me. And literally everything that even my
like-
other friends, my friends in Evanston sent me another one that is like 4 days after my wedding. And I was like, I don't know if I can like could I? Absolutely. But in this I'm like, that's a lot of concerts. Like I've just had apparently the month of April is the time to come to Salt Lake.
Good to
I'm
know.
like, what the
It's
yeah,
a good
I'm just
one.
like,
It's a good one.
yeah, I
now
guess.
I have some
Except for-
curiosities. What's this playlist at this wedding gonna be?
So it's funny you say that. I'm actually
Do you
going
take
to,
requests?
yes, because we're not doing a DJ. Or yeah, we're not doing a DJ. I am literally just gonna have playlists on my phone that'll just fucking run it, and it'll be plugged in.
Oh dear baby Jesus.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a fuck show.
You need to put a QR
But-
code on the table that will go to that. That'll just add to that playlist so people can just add as the night goes on.
That would be hilarious. We'll
That'd be
talk about
fucking
that because,
Yeah.
well, my thing is like we're just basically gonna have like a party because Rick
Mhm.
and I have already been together. Like this is basically like a everybody's coming. We're all gonna
Formality.
have a good time, and I just didn't want to DJ because I will be the first to say that I don't like weddings, and yet I'm getting married. So there's start
wow.
number one. So my wedding is very non-traditional, and I was like, I don't want to DJ because I don't want this thing to happen, and I don't want this thing to happen, and I don't want this thing to happen, and I've gone to enough weddings where I don't want this, and this.
We're not gonna
And
do
Rick's
a
like, "Why
dollar
are-"
dance. We're not gonna do.
Absolutely not. Y'all can Venmo me, and then it'll go home too.
Okay.
But like, I
I'm
just
gonna
was sitting
dollar
there and
you
I was like,
all night.
you can.
$1, $1, $1.
But I just was like, I just want to have a good time. I have gone to enough weddings where I'm just like, I don't like a majority of the things that DJs do. I just want good music, good vibes, everybody laughing and bullshitting. And the thing is if you are good and done for the night, you can leave. I don't care. Hell, I might leave early. I don't know.
Oh, that would be my favorite thing.
Y'all
Bye.
remember the minute that I was allowed, that I got out of my dress, and everybody's like, awesome.
And we're good. Yeah. So it's I just like think about that. That's a good thing. We'll chat about the QR code thing because I really do. I think I just hold on. I literally got a
Squirrel.
email today. There is 76 days until my wedding.
I know. That's what freaked me
I
the
was
fuck
like,
out
damn,
because
that's coming
I
quick.
have a concert the week before your wedding. I'm like, fuck, I need to get flights. I need to get my outfit together. Like, what is the theme? What are we wearing? How long am I going to be there? Do I have enough PTO? Do I care if I have enough PTO? Am I going like all the questions? And it's like, fuck,
I know everybody's like,
Cassie's
Cassie,
wedding.
do you have all these things? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, don't you want to get it done? And I'm like, it'll be fine. Like, I have the groom, I have the place, I have the dress.
It's like, it'll get done when it gets done. And if it doesn't get
Well,
done.
I have my assistant well, I shouldn't call her my assistant. I wish she was my assistant. I wish I made more money so she could be my assistant. Put that in the universe. But she used to be my assistant when I did property management. And I asked her if she could just like be the person at my wedding. Like I'd go to her,
Point
go
person.
to
Love
Maria.
it.
Like Maria's my chick. And she's just gonna do all the things. I was like, I will give you a guide, but like if something goes wrong, I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. I'm gonna be like, well, we missed our song, so on to
It's
the
a
next one. Like let's go.
happy mistake.
Yeah. Well, things happen how they're supposed to, and
Things
not
happen how they're supposed to. That goes back, Mary, to your point. Was it the start of this? Nope. Last episode, gratitude. And I told you, like, I fucking hate gratitude and it pisses me off when people are like, what are you grateful for? I'm like, because things do happen for a reason. But I'm like, I don't see the reason in the fucked up things in the world. I don't know what this reason is for. I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking away from this. But I do know that things in my life, I will speak in my life. I can't speak to anyone else's life. In my life, things have happened. I didn't always understand why they happened the way they did. Cassie, kind of like you said, like 6 months from now, what are you going to look back on this phase of your life and be like, what the fuck? Why? Why was that? What had to happen? Why couldn't I learn this a different way? And, moments that I thought would break me or moments that I thought I could never get past from, I'm stubborn. We've established that on this podcast and in my personal relationships. Like I am stubborn and, I don't circle back. I don't go back and try to repair. I'm just like, fuck it. We're moving on. That was fun while it lasted. The job, the friendship, the relationship, whatever. And,
Till you met me.
fucking life, man, has got a funny way of being like, are you are you sure you're done? Like, are you sure you didn't want to think about that or circle back? And learning to not be so rigid with my boundaries, not to be so black and white with my boundaries, and reconnecting with parts of me, with people from my past and things of that nature. Like, I don't know. I just like the gratitude piece, like the what is the fucking point piece, the like what are we supposed to be learning in this moment? It all ties together. And I feel like, God, that keeps being a theme. It's like there are no coincidences and like gratitude. And why does everything have to fucking suck? And what is the purpose of this shitty thing? It's like because you thought you were broken and now look at you. You're a whole ass individual despite feeling broken in that moment, despite feeling like your world was over in that moment, despite feeling like you couldn't get past that. And now look at you. You're on the other side. And the universe has now decided like, all right, we're gonna test you. All right, we're gonna test that. We're gonna see if you learn the lesson, or we're gonna show you how powerful you are. We're gonna show you how healed you are or how divine you are or whatever it is, because we all have those moments where we're shaken in our confidence in ourself or in our abilities or in our like belief that this is where I'm supposed to be and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and then life is going to be like, you're okay.
I was gonna bring up too, this is not related to music or anything, but we were talking about things that bring us joy, and I just wanted to applaud you, Mandy, for keeping your word on doing your walks, because even when you're like, I don't want to, you still do them, and I know that you enjoy seeing them, and Mr. Pig, love him. I forgot what his name is. Shadow. And then Mary with your pool and how your pool is damn near done. And
It's got water in it.
I know. That was crazy with the
This
crow
coming
yesterday. I was like,
Saturday, we
Mhm.
officially can turn the heat on it and be able to use it. And I am so honored to say that we will get to do that for my daughter, who will be her 16th birthday party. And
Yes.
she has not
yay.
had a birthday party for many years for some pretty sad reasons. But I'm proud of her for pushing her comfort and saying, no, I do deserve to be celebrated and I want to do the big one. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for her.
Good
She's
for her.
very deserving. I also laughed that I sent you a TikTok about a crow and whose little thing decided that, and then the next day you sent me of it in your fucking pool. I was like, yeah, you're the crow. Got it. What's that called? You're familiar. I was like, yeah, Mary's is a fucking crow.
If any of you don't know what that means, go look it up. You'll be interested.
Yeah, go Google it real quick.
Yes.
So,
You're
anyways, I
right.
just want to give you a shout out on your awesome, joyous things that may be undercover that other people don't know.
And I think with my walks, like I call them my rage walks because I'm so filled with rage and disgust. But on said rage walks, when I'm just trying to not hate everything is when I'm getting to listen to my audiobooks and I'm getting to dive deeper into concepts and lore that I don't necessarily have time to during the day. I'm getting to listen to playlists. I am getting to circle back and catch up on all the videos that everyone has sent me. I don't always respond to all of them because there's like 11,000 of them, but I'm seeing them, I'm consuming them. And it's just my time, my dedicated time. And I am proud of me. I missed 4 days, I think, in January of intentional walking, of intentionally going and doing that. But I think the math said something like 141 miles or something that I walked in January total, which I think is fucking awesome because that was intentional. That was something that I
Well,
was
and you
very
said you wanted to
intentional.
move your body more, and, like, even on getting that, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's good.
That I
So
mean, because I can look at the data now. I don't like to collect data, but I love to look at it from other people's work. But, thank you to my watch, it did the data. And looking at November to December to January, like there was huge jumps from each month of that final quarter of 2025. And I was like, okay, are we like
well, and you did what you said you
doing
were gonna
things?
do.
Yeah, I was like, do we have like a new habit now? Are you a new person?
Keep
Yes.
going. Woo.
Yeah, I already got my walk in today. I already did my 3 miles this morning because I knew what life was gonna look like. So I already did it this morning.
New personality unlock.
I love it. But yes, I just wanted to shout those 2 things out for you guys because I know you guys are humble in your things, but I'll shout you out. So
Well, and
And
I think too, Mandy, when you're talking about, everything happening for a purpose and gratitude and things like that, it is really hard. And I know for a person who has always believed that everything happens for a reason, we just don't always know in the moment what those reasons are, and it takes a while. And that has grown even stronger into now also like nothing is coincidence, because I do think those have two very different kind of meanings to them. And I know for other people who don't just have that strong faith in those things, it can be really hard and it can even be really frustrating and piss people off. And whether you have faith, like we talk on here, Gus, or whatever, or you don't have any, it can be really one of the most difficult things to say that something so awful happened and that there's purpose from that. And I just want to express that none of that means that you deserved those bad things. None of that means that like I don't think that people deserve to have to experience horrific things. And especially when it comes to like God and things like that, it's like, well, why would God want those things for me? And I don't believe that he does, but he wants you to learn. He wants you to grow. He wants you to be your absolute best. And for people who have gone through the crap and get to a place where they see the purpose, they'll tell you every day they're so glad for that. That now they understand that it's made them better, that who they are, they're so glad for that. But in the moment, absolutely not. People who don't get to that place, they will still talk about what happened to them and talk about it in the terms of like, well, what God's real that makes us suffer. And then it's just like, there's no promise that we don't suffer. That's our idealization of what we think our human experience should be.
Mhm.
And you're just setting yourself up for that. So when you can release that and say, the things that you've been through, you got things out of that for the better. You've learned from it. You grew. Maybe you become a person that comes up with a new cure for something or a new way of doing, like, I mean, there's just so much that can come from that pain when it
Mhm.
breaks open if you let it. And rather than staying in our ego of why me, why did I have to go through that, and get to a place where you be like, well, why not me, because I'm fucking resilient as shit from it. I'm funny as hell now because of it. I'm all these things. And yeah, does that suck that it had to go about that way? But tell me a person who ends up successful, happy, thriving, all these things, and didn't have all that didn't have that struggle to get there.
What you said that and I was like, I had a really good thrifting find that summarized it over here. It says, beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words, listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city, and I know sometimes we had less compared to some others. We were blessed. And it's one of my favorite songs by J. Cole. And yes, I think that encapsulates all of what you were saying, and kind of I think what we always strive for in our conversations or with this podcast is like, shit's gonna suck sometimes, but you are going to be a different human because of it. And you can choose to be a funnier human, a more well-rounded human, a more compassionate human, a kinder human, or you can choose to be a dick and learn nothing and be ego focused and get nothing out of it.
More karma.
Yeah, more karma.
Or
So,
bad shit.
but at the end of the day, that choice is yours. We cannot choose our circumstances. We cannot choose the hand that we are dealt. We can choose how we play that hand and what we do from there. So it's up to you.
It's up to you. Real quick, you said that, and I know that I have a lot of tattoos, and I forget that I have some tattoos. And I just thought about it. This is also funny because of the placement, but like right here on my collarbone, it says, without struggle, there is no progress. And I totally forgot I had it until you just read the J. Cole thing. And I was like, interesting and I've had this like 15 years. Like, I've had it for a really long time, and I was like, "I forgot I even had that," but it is true, like, does it suck? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I don't wish it on it, but I like who I am today,
Well, and the name of the
and
song is Love Yours, which I think is
Mhm.
fitting. Love Yours.
So
I was like, well, to add to music quotes and lyrics and tattoos, my favorite, Gary Allan, and on me tattooed, life
always
ain't always
beautiful.
beautiful, but it's a beautiful ride.
damn,
So,
we're good.
And on that big happy note, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. If you can't be kind, don't be a dick. That's what I have.
Amen.
all right. Go be all that you are. Go be too much. Go find some joy.
Allow yourself to have the joy. Bye.
Bye.